Hello, I am Zenzele. Welcome to my channel, Zen Aesthetic. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to give you my impression of Kayali's latest fragrance drop, the Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar 42. But before I do that, I am just going to refresh you if you are new, and even if you are subscribed to my channel, I want to refresh you on all of the Kayali fragrances that I have thus far in my collection. Now, I also want to preface this by saying I only have one 50 ml bottle. I've never gotten a full bottle of any Kayali fragrance. The rest of the fragrances are in the travel size. So if you want to see what those are before I go into my review of Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, keep watching. So my first ever Kayali fragrance was Eden Juicy Apple 101. And I got this in a sample when I was with Scentbird for a few months. And I remember just feeling like it was just way too much, way too fruity, too juvenile. But I'm pretty sure at the time that I smelled it, it just wasn't what I needed in that moment. But the moment I smelled this and it was what I needed, I have never been able to do anything but love it. Like, it is a very uplifting, very jubilant, very mouth-watering, juicy, optimistic fragrance. And I recommend it to anyone. Very similarly to Mood Ring, which I talked about in my previous video, who is just ready to lift their spirits, who, you know, just needs a pick-me-up and loves fragrance. So this was my first fragrance. Again, this is Eden Juicy Apple. So I believe this is the second fragrance I purchased from Kayali. This was my first blind buy from Kayali, and this is the Wedding Silk Santal. And this is a fragrance that is sold out, has been sold out, I think pretty much since it dropped. I don't think it was ever re-released. Meanwhile, the companion fragrance that came out with it, Velvet Santal, has been re-released, restocked. I don't know what's going on with this one, but people really seem to love this fragrance. I really like it too, but I have to say, and even though it's like more than halfway done, I don't feel like I ever reached for this one to like intentionally wear out per se. I just kind of always seem to be spraying it on myself indoors. I don't know, but a lot of people compared it to Burberry Goddess, which I love. I love that fragrance. And I do see the comparison there a little bit, but this definitely has a different character. Burberry Goddess is definitely more vanilla heavy. This one is, it's defined more by something else, but I'm not gonna go into the notes in this video of these fragrances. I just wanted to tell you which ones I have and just kind of the relationship I have to each fragrance. So again, this is Kayali's The Wedding Silk Santal. So the next fragrance I purchased was as a result of a bunch of samples that I picked up from Kayali on her website. You can get a bunch of sample vials of like any of her fragrances that are available. And trust me, if you've never tried any Kayali fragrances, it's a really great way to just go in and pick out which ones you're curious about, the popular ones, the ones that you haven't heard about. And I believe it was because of that that I discovered this fragrance. And this is Utopia Vanilla Coco. And I have this in a different kind of travel size. And I feel like this juice has actually gotten darker. I've had this, I think, since like last year. And it's just so dreamy and coconutty. It's all the things that I love, vanilla and coconut. Like, it's just so good. It's so good. I started wearing this on my skin this year. I don't know if I wore it on my skin that much when I first got it, but this year I've been wearing it on my skin and it is so freaking good. Yeah, definitely recommend this if you've never tried it. It's amazing. So the next two fragrances I got from Kayali, I got them both at the same time. This is from her Oudgasm line, and it is tobacco, Oudgasm tobacco and Oudgasm vanilla, or is it, this is tobacco and this one is vanilla? Yes. So this one you can't really see, but it's down here, the vanilla, and then tobacco is really right up here. I don't really reach for this one very often. Sometimes I just go to smell it. Sometimes the tobacco is a little too strong for me, and sometimes there's like a woodiness about it that I really like, but I mean, it's an impressive fragrance, but it's not something that I think about wanting to spray on my skin. Whereas this really ushered in my love of oud, because it's something about that vanilla in this, and I think it's only gotten better over time. It's just so sexy. It's just, I think that in the past, for whatever reasons, it's weird the way that your mind gets conditioned around certain fragrances implicitly, like just subliminally, but I feel like I wasn't supposed to like oud. Like, I feel like somehow I got the messaging that oud, that kind of fragrance is just like immediately and only offensive. But when I smell it in this, it just, I'm like, oh my God, I really like this. Like, I like this. I didn't think that I was the kind of person who liked that kind of fragrance. In fact, in the past, I have felt like I've smelled musky sort of oud-like scents and just been like, ugh, too stuffy, too heavy, don't like it. But this I really, really like. So I still want to pick up the rose, the Oudgasm rose fragrance. That I believe made me discover a love of rose that I was not aware of before. So I really enjoyed this line. But yeah, Oudgasm, vanilla, and tobacco. So the sixth fragrance that I purchased from Kayali was also a blind buy. This was the Eden Sparkling Lychee. This is $39, $29, $19. I cannot read without my glasses. It's the Kayali Eden Sparkling Lychee. I love this bottle. I love the general design of the Kayali fragrance bottles so much. And I love what she does with each one. I thought this one was particularly pretty and just very much making you think of lychee. The fragrance, however, it just always makes me think the same thing when I smell it, which is shampoo. And particularly, I don't know, shampoo from my like adolescence, but it could just be the general sort of like shampoo-y scent, like a shampoo accord if there is one. And it's nice, you know, it's pleasant. Like, I don't think it holds a candle to Eden Juicy Apple, but I think it layers well with that. And it's a really nice spring-summer fragrance. It's very joyful, you know, and light and sweet. And I'm glad that I got it, but I never wanted to get a bigger bottle of this. So that brings us to Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. This is 42. And I mean, this bottle is just so freaking pretty. It has like multi-dimensional pink and sort of lavenderish going on. I mean, what can you say about this bottle? It's gorgeous. When I first smelled this in the Sephora store, and I had already ordered it because I ordered it the day it dropped, I sprayed it on the tester and I didn't smell anything. I didn't smell a thing. And I like freaked out. I was just like pulling the stranger into it. I was just like, this woman was next to me smelling scents, and I'm just like, can you smell this? I'm like, smell this. Did you smell anything? And she was just like, oh, it smells like bubble gum. I'm not really into that. I was just like, okay, all right, whatever. I was just like, why can't I smell anything? Like, I was straining to smell anything. And I think if I smelled anything, it might have been just like a sliver of pear off the top note. But over time, it has released all of its notes, or my olfactive senses are picking up on all of the notes. I don't know what happened. I mean, maybe I was smelling too much mood ring, and that fragrance is so fruity and bright and juicy. Maybe it made me go nose blind to this one, because these notes are definitely more subdued than a juicy Kayali fragrance. It's more subdued, but it has a full bouquet of the notes in this fragrance, and it is really, really nice. So let me just read the notes for you and then come back and discuss it a little more. So the top notes for this fragrance are candied pear, violet leaves, rum, ylang ylang, marshmallow, and vanilla cream. The middle notes are jasmine, labdanum, white caramel, bubblegum, and jelly bean. And the base notes are tonka, vetiver, sandalwood, cashmere woods, patchouli, rock sugar, and Kayali's signature accord. So I'm gonna spray this now, but I think you already saw, right, that this is like more than halfway done already. Okay, so that tells you a little bit, because I've only had this like 3 or 4 days. And once I started smelling it, once it started to open up, I was just like, I don't want to say addicted, but it is just a really, really beautiful scent. So I'm just gonna spray some. So after the pear comes the violet, and then the vanilla cream, and the marshmallow. It's sweet, it's fluffy, it's a bit creamy, it's warm. It actually does have a little bit of juiciness to it, actually. I take that back. It has a little bit of juiciness. But mostly it's like playful, it's soft. Not to say that it doesn't have projection, but there's a softness to the way that everything blends together. You know, it's cozy, but also playful and joyful, if that's possible. I think I smelled this out in the wild today too. I've been noticing other people's fragrances as the weather gets warmer, and it's been like 70, 80 degrees in New York. I feel like I got a whiff of this today, and I mean, it smells fantastic in the warm weather. The candied pear, and that's actually the only thing that says it's candied, but I feel like there's a lot of candiness going on with these fragrances. And then the rum. Girl, this is a fantastic scent. I love the way it's still kind of opening up for me. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with me that I wasn't smelling this before, but I'm smelling it now. It is amazing. It is amazing. That pear off the top, I mean, oh my God. I definitely want a 50 ml of this. I already know it because it's already almost gone. And if I don't control myself, like, I'm just gonna keep spraying it. And with this, I kind of bathe in it. Now, the longevity of it, it's still hard to tell for me. I feel like I'm getting at least a couple of hours. I do wish that it would last longer, but that's just my still very, very early impressions of the longevity of this. The projection is pretty bold to me from the first spray, but that doesn't last too long. But I don't feel like it goes away quickly. I feel like it really takes its time and lingers and wafts and rises up and falls back before it really kind of like starts to disappear. And that for me is a really, really nice experience. It's a fully realized fragrance. It's almost something that it's still growing for me anyway. And I love it. I love it. I'm definitely gonna get a larger bottle of this as soon as possible, because I just don't think it's gonna last much longer. So anyway, that is it. That is my impression of Kayali's Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have tried this yet? Is it something that you want to try? Have you tried it? What you thought about it? As always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed as yet and you enjoy content like this. And don't forget to click on the thumbs up button down below if you like this video. I hope to see you in my next one soon. Bye.